When players in this world can we say that they actually play football to make other players around them to actually be incredible or perform so well, or actually work so hard for other players to be successful in whatever they're trying to achieve in a game? Not so many in the world of football, and it's really exciting to see what this player that Liverpool have been linked with. And yes, people, this is not a video that I'm going to be bothering you about what the journalists are saying, what is the transfer update. I'm doing that almost every single day of the week. Today, I'm going to talk about the individual, why Liverpool wants Zubimendi. And in this video, I'm going to try by means to analyze everything that I was reading and actually learning about this player and what he offers, and give you maybe some graphics to have an idea of what kind of a player is he and what he will offer when it comes to Liverpool. And I think that's the most important thing, because we have to understand this guy is coming from a team which has been a boyhood club for him, and he has been here for such a long time, and now is going to a club that, out of all the other teams who have tried to get him, he's actually interested in going because he believes he can move his football from the level he has been playing to where he can be in this club. And it's really exciting, to be honest, when you think about how the whole entire deal is playing on, like, and what is happening. But we will try to make sense over what we think of Zubimendi and exactly what he offers to Liverpool. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe to the Connect. Only way you can support us here so that we can grow. If you want to find out every update that is happening on the Zubimendi deal, go check it out right now. At the end of this video, there will be I think that's the channel. Go subscribe to it. Go check it out. There are so many Liverpool deals or Liverpool news that is happening. I'll keep you updated there daily. So people, go check that one out. But here, let's come back here on the Connect, as we are here to talk about Zubimendi and what he will offer Liverpool, because this guy is really looking like he is a player. And it's exciting because I was starting to read the story that I was reading about him. So many people would say that, okay, you can say that he has more of a Thiago Alcantara type of vibe, but not really. He offers more, but not at the level of Thiago. He is Thiago at some states, but not really like Thiago. More like Xavi Alonso, but not really like Xavi Alonso, as well as a Busquets. And that's why he is one of the most difficult defenders to actually analyze him by numbers. That is according to a credible source that I was reading here, people. They are literally saying that the OBS Athletic, they're actually saying that it's difficult for us to analyze Zubimendi by numbers, because numbers do not do justice to this player. He offers so much, and we have to understand that the position which we are talking about, it's a position that Liverpool have been suffering almost now for 3 years. Remember the drop-off we saw from Fabinho, i.e. Henderson and Milner in the season. We finished number 5, in which we were actually close to number 8 most of the season, and we had to rise to come back. And you can see that Liverpool tried to do something last season by signing Wataru and Dominic Szoboszlai, Gravenberch and Alex McAllister, and there were some changes into this. But there is one thing that was not really met into what we needed, which is a DM. We needed somebody who can play football, who can help the team to actually move and show a spark in terms of moving forward, and somebody who's press resistance and is able to deal with the ball and help the teams around him to actually, or the players around him to actually play the best games of their life. And that's one thing that I've seen that Zubimendi offers, according to what I was reading here, because after securing third position, it was because of McAllister and, of course, in Szoboszlai. They helped so much to get us there. You look at that, Arne Slot wants to create something amazing at Liverpool, in which he has actually analyzed and said that we need to kill teams with our passes. We need to destroy teams with passes. That's what he was heard shouting in the open training session at Liverpool in USA. And some people have been wondering, what does he really mean about that? And looking at his type of play that he likes to play, of a 4-2-3-1, whatever he says, that's one thing that we've seen in his teams. So there's always that double pivot. No matter what, even though the other one goes forward and somebody stays, there is always that double pivot. And it's really important to understand that, okay, as much as Zubimendi has never played this type of a position because he's coming from Real Sociedad, in which he plays as a lone six sometimes, or maybe they play in a 4-4-2. But one thing about him which makes him exciting is how good he is in receiving the balls and the way he actually does his open play touches to help the team go forward. Because I was looking at this, there is a graph that is appearing on the screen right now. If you see, 4% of some of the passes he gets them actually in the box, in his own 18 area box. 7% is just nearby, in terms near of the defense and in the middle of the park, to help the team to go forward. You don't see him do so much up forward, maybe unless if it's a corner kick or something, because somehow he's really good with the jewels in the air. But he fights, he wins the balls, and he's able to do some interesting passes and help the touches that he does there. And it's really important to see, because from the left, from the right, he always makes sure that that center stage is safe. So he's going to keep that level where you see that there's 12%, 7%, 3%, 6%, 4%. That mid touch, know that it's protected, as well as where the 7% just below, helping out his center forward. So he's that guy who's really comfortable receiving the ball from the goalkeeper, 10 with it, go and actually try to attack it, because that's really important, especially in an Arne Slot type of a play. The reason why Endo has not been playing in Liverpool is because we saw it. He started the game in the Real Betis games and he kept losing the ball so much until things started changing, and Slot has preferred Soboslai to play the double pivot. He has preferred even a 17-year-old in Trenioni. Also, the likes of what's his name, Ryan Gravenberch over Endo. That tells you that he's not comfortable with the 31-year-old playing at that position. That's why now when you look at why the Liverpool wants Zubimendi, they want somebody who's press resistant, who can get the ball, move with it, and try to help the team in terms of building up. And that's not only all that he does. He's not only receiving the ball and moving with the passes, because he actually do more passes than so many people actually does. From the people who have played 1,000 minutes, if you look at what has happened in the 90 minutes, he is one of the players who has done so many passes, which are about 1,535 passes. And you might think because he has more 30% of the chances, which are success in terms of more of the success rate in terms of his passes, which is even higher than the likes of Modric, as well as the likes of even Rodri in terms of how he plays. But one thing that is really important to notice about him, 467 passes that he has made are passes that he has done forward, going forward to help the teams, to break the teams, to open up space so that the team's going to attack and actually be very, very well to see what happens. As you look at this graph, look at how much of the forward passes he has done, and the passes that he has done under pressures to help the team to go forward. You can see that so many of those passes are going sideways, and most of them are always facing the direction we want, which is going forward. Remember when I was doing the analysis of England versus Spain, and I was showing you what Declan Rice was doing, playing at the same position in which Zubimendi does play, most of his passes were going backwards. Zubimendi, you can see that when he's building up, there are passes that goes backwards, but so many of them are going forward. You can see the graph is in your screen. There are so many of those that goes forward, in which it helps the team to actually be able to break teams down, to actually be able to create something, to open up spaces for the likes of Darwin Núñez if it comes to Liverpool, Cody Gakpo and the likes, because he is that careful passer. He's really good at what he does. But that's not only all that he offers, because as you can see here, these are some accurate passes that he has managed. These are passes that he has actually done, which has helped the team in attack, and that is really important. And the line breaking passes. Line breaking passes I'm talking about, if you remember, if you watched the game between Real Sociedad versus Liverpool in the preseason, you remember that pass that Trenioni took from the midfield, passing it to Dominic Soboslai, who had a one-on-one two-part touch with Salah, and they scored a goal. Those are the types of passes that I'm talking about, the passes that are able to break the line of whatever the team is setting. I'm talking about maybe the midfield line or maybe the defensive line to stop this one. And you can see that he is one of the, and he's a DM, by the way, people, which is really important, in which that you can get somebody, he can really help in terms of the through balls to help in the attack when Liverpool is going forward. That's something that he would do perfectly well, because he offers that. He has that in his arsenal. He doesn't really do it so much, but he has that when it's called for. He will help the team to actually do so. That's why it's really important that we need to pay attention in terms of what he does and how it's going to be performing. Because also one thing that you need to understand, he is the type of midfielder which is he actually works so hard to have greater duels, to he wins his duels and help the teams to attacking. In fact, he had won about 54.6% of his duels. He has won them. He has even done more than the likes of McAllister, and McAllister was Liverpool's best one. If you look at the graph that I'm putting on the screen, he has won his success duels around 54%. The one that follows close to him is actually Alex McAllister with a 50.3%, with Dominic Soboslai with around 45 and the 44 for Wataru Endo, as well as 46 for Gravenberch and 42 for Jones. And you look at how he does it, his passes, all of them, they're all high. And this is the interesting thing, he will not just be somebody who's there, he's gonna help the team progress the ball well, helping the team to attack. Something that we have discovered, that under Arne Slot, he wants a team that is able to build up from the back and head the teams with the passes to open up the spaces, to force them move forward and actually have spaces to actually penetrate and help the team. That's why when you look at the signing of Zubimendi, it makes sense rather than the Matt Vaifa that we hoped he could do earlier on in the transfer, because Zubimendi is somebody who actually is somebody who's well proven at a world stage. He has done it in the Champions League and he has really been one of the best. And somehow I feel like this is the type of player we need. How does he compare with the one that he's about to replace? That's why we're being told that maybe Wataru Endo could be sold, but he's saying that he's adamant he wants to fight for his position. He still wants to remain in this Liverpool team and see what he does. But one thing that is really important is to look at the duels, which is ground duels that the both have won, and why Zubimendi is way better than Wataru Endo. So I'm gonna put this on the screen so that you can see the difference. Look at, he has had around I think around, one thing I can tell you, Zubimendi has had around 157 ground duels in La Liga last season, and 81 of those he has won them. So it means that's a higher percentage of win rate in terms of the ground duels, in which when you look at it, it's around 51 percentile, compared to Wataru Endo, who has had around 201 ground duels, and in those 201 he has won around 83 ground duels, which is around 41 percentile in terms of that. As you can see in these ones, it shows that the ones that are in red are the ones that he has won, and the ones that are in white are the ones that he has lost. It means that morally he is going to help Liverpool in terms of winning the duels whenever we are under attack, whenever teams are trying to penetrate us, open us up. He will be the guy who makes so many decisions to help the team to survive and actually be able to do more. So this is a video of what I'm expecting from this guy. This is what you see that he offers, which helps him to become one of the best. And the one thing that is really interesting, after covering all this analysis of Zubimendi, sources that I'm reading from, they're saying that analyzing this player by numbers, it's actually doing injustice to him. And that's one thing that is really weird, because they say that one of the greatest DMs in the world of football, in Sergio Busquets, you can go right now, try to analyze his role by numbers. It still doesn't make sense up to now. They feel low, yet he was the most important player in that Barcelona side that did so much. So imagine what Zubimendi would do under Arne Slot. Imagine having a player who seems like he's not there and is there. Imagine a player that, according to Xavi Alonso, he works for the team. He fights, he does everything to help the team progress the game, to make players around him better, to make it easier for the players around them to play the ball better and move forward. That's what Liverpool are working so hard to sign. That's what Bayern Munich were trying to get. That's what Barcelona wanted to get, but don't have the money according to people. And that's what Manchester United earlier in this transfer window are working on. And Liverpool, of all those teams that I've just mentioned, are the team that look like they're really close. So I know it doesn't really make sense. Maybe we are taking so much out of this. We are making it sound like something that is going to be amazing. But one thing I can tell you, this guy is really good. This is a player who's going to change football if he gets to this level that I feel like if he comes to Liverpool is going to be like, and he could be the best starter to Arne Slot's program and what he wants to achieve as a manager in Liverpool. So I can't wait. I really can't wait, people, to see what happens. I'll be here to give you all my analysis and everything that is happening when this is done. But at this moment, we just have to wait. Because like I said, if you're bored, check out on the Football Connect. I've just did Football Connect LFC, where I just did the analysis telling you what the reporters are saying over the Zubimendi deal. Go find out what they're saying. And don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the Connect. I hope you are excited as much as I am, because I believe this could be a generational talent that we're about to have in our midst. So thank you very much for watching. I'm out. The Premier League is exciting. We are almost left 6 days to be back. Out.